Good evening, Gooners. How are we? End of the week is Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. Some match preview: Arsenal versus Sunderland back in the Premier League. Massive game. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. If you're one of our existing subscribers, please smash the like button. It helps the channel out. Wayne, good evening, sir. Happy Friday.
Yeah, good evening, mate. Hope you're having a good one, bud.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. It feels like Chelsea's a distant memory. Don't know if you're getting that sort of that vibe.
It seems a bit a while. Yeah, I mean, it seems a while, mate. Done it just since we've done a match stream and that, and yeah, there's been a lot of kind of comments and all kinds of stuff, matey, which we can break through. And I've been quite active on Twitter, making my point known because, and a little lone thing, which is not sort of Arsenal related, but still one that I find absolutely baffling.
Can we just sorry, mate. We got a few footballing discussion points to discuss before we get into the preview. One thing that I do want to discuss: the Chelsea manager. Apparently, Arsenal were in what's the word? We was on their side of the pitch whilst before the game, and he told them to get on their fucking side, and then he moaned about us being disrespectful.
Listen, the only thing disrespectful is this geezer thinking that he can come to the Emirates and not attack us, matey. And you know what I mean? That's what it is, mate. He was what it was I see it, and then we were setting up the stream, and obviously as our regulars will know, and those guys that tuned in on Tuesday, we had a bit of issue, so he's running late. So while you was trying to set that up on the other platform, I was looking at it on the TV. Now, I couldn't hear what they were saying because, in all due respect, if it fired up on that time, I wanted to make sure the TV was muted tone. So obviously we weren't breaking any laws or breaking any rules. But yeah, it's only come to light because I see him. I'm thinking, what's that tosser doing? Basically, to run it down for yourself and run it down for those guys watching. Basically, our set piece coach, Inaki Kanya. What you do is that it's basically just a normal routine that every football team does, where the goalkeeper's clearing the ball. He's taking goal kicks or he's releasing the ball. So Inaki Kanyas obviously picks the ball up, boots it to the keeper. We've all been at the Emirates. Most who's watching, me and you have, but he's basically the goalkeeping coach will get him to kick the ball to him. That's what he was doing, Tone. This happens every single game. Not one single coach you'll ever see moans about it. But old fucking Liam Rosenior, who's looking like Will out of the in-betweeners, and thinks he's now the tactical masterclass, can come and have a go at one of our coaches. Sorry, and it's calling it disrespectful. And there's people on, in all due respect, I can moan about Sky Sports, but I've had a few people on there saying I don't know what he's moaning about because that is part and parcel of it. Just because you're not training your keeper to clear the ball to over the halfway line, which you know, Tone, as well. Sunday League, arm in goal. We had obviously I don't be naming names because they might not want to be mentioned, but you know who I'm talking about when we were training on Sunday, and he'd say, clear that halfway line. Our old coach was always clear that as your goal kick. For me, I could never do it from a drop dead, but if I had the ball in my arms, my aim was to clear the halfway line. That is what our goalkeeping coach was doing, Tone. And Liam Senior was telling the goalkeeper coach to get the fuck back on his side. It's a routine, mate. Just because you ain't got the tactical nails to be doing it, mate, that's what they were doing. But we do it all the time. I've seen it for years, Tone.
I hope we absolutely batter them when they come back to the Emirates in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, they're coming back in the Premier League, and let's open them up. Let's open them up.
Cool.
Evening, Charles.
Charles has been getting stuck in, mate. 6 o'clock. We were scheduled to go live at 8 o'clock, but Charles loves it. But yeah, Charles, I hope you're still tuned in, mate. But yeah, we'll get through your comments. Thank you for he's put, lads, how are you? Watch your take. City rotated well versus Newcastle. I observed we did not. Plus, playing on Saturday, would it impact? Do you know what? I think only time can tell, really. I think very good point. And we did discuss that on the watch long. He went full strength. I knew he'd go full strength. But my argument now is, you know, we're going to be a bit leggy tomorrow, right? Obviously, Wayne, you're going to the match, so it'd be interesting to see what the atmosphere is like. It'll probably be quite nervy, I'd imagine, if you haven't scored in the first half an hour. Yeah, Xhaka's out. Yeah, we'll get into the team news as well. Yeah, Xhaka's out, which is a massive blow for them, but a positive for us because he gets them going. He knows how we play, how we tick.
He was fundamental, Tone, for us sort of like struggling against them, and obviously we were a couple of minutes of injury time away from winning it, but they come back into it. But Xhaka was a vital part of that to also kind of get under the skin, having that ex-player. So not having him I think is a bonus tomorrow. Listen, we're more than capable of opening them up, Tone. As we'll get to that point of my starting 11. I think he might make one change, but the fact is we still got options, so that when we get to that point, I'll kind of explain a bit. But I think what he'll do is the base will be the same. I still think Gyökeres needs to start because I think at the end of the day he's his number one striker. Whether people want to sort of like discuss how and we operate, obviously, because I think Havertz again could be the idea, or maybe he might think to go someone else. But listen, we'll get to that. But I'm with you in that sense. He needs to freshen it up, Tone, in a few sort of like, in best way he can. Saka, I don't think he's going to make it. Ødegaard's not far, but
I think Saka's out, mate, for this game.
Yeah, Ødegaard potentially could make the bench, but again, if he doesn't, you've got the options there. But I think obviously the best thing to do for them is obviously to get them well rested. If I'm not mistaken, and is the next game? No, the next game's Brentford.
Brentford away, yeah. So there's a few comments about that on that way. And there's a comment from Chris.
Yeah, listen, go on, Sam. Keep me going anyway before I waffle on to something else.
Cool. Charles has gone. How will you analyse the bigger picture if it falls as per plan? We win, City lose, PL grip is tightened, or still can't say. Look, what I'm getting from that is, mate, if we beat Sunderland and City drop against Liverpool, do we sit there and go, the title's ours? Absolutely not. No chance. There's a lot of football still to be played.
Laurels, Charles, no.
Until it's mathematically possible for us to say we've won the title, that's when I'll celebrate. Because
for me, Tone, I'm going to sit here on this day, and people can quote me on it or whatnot. I think this league is won between 83 and 85 points. I don't think Man City, in my personal opinion, will get much more than 80 to 81 points maximum, even that. And they'll be our closest ones. So, I think what it is, Tone, we've got 14 games left. We have to, in my opinion, get a maximum of 11, the equivalent of 11 wins, which will take us to 86 points. That's what we've got to look for. That is 10 wins, 3 draws. Hopefully, I don't want a defeat in that, by the way. But the one we have to take it game by game. You can't go, we're 9 points clear. It's done. It's never done in the Premier League. It gives you a cushion, but it's never done. So get your light on Sunday. Sunderland tomorrow. Sorry, I'm thinking because it's Sunderland. I was thinking it's Sunday, Tone. I'm going to it, so mate, I'd miss it. I'd miss it if I don't go tomorrow. By the way, so I've got.
Yeah, make sure you go tomorrow, mate. Not Sunday.
Remind yourself. Sunday. I might miss it. But yeah, Sunderland.
Get that post delivered, mate. Get on that train.
I'll get that post delivered. I'll be straight down there, matey. But I do my job. Get going. But yeah, listen, Tone. You got every game by game, guys. 3 points is 3 points. We have to take that. That's fundamental. Get your 3 points first. Worry about the others after that. Get your 3 points. That's all you need to do. Yeah, keep winning.
Yeah.
It's not over till it's over, Tone.
Yeah, exactly. Until we're mathematically possible. But I do think it will give a lot of momentum if we do go 9 points clear this weekend.
Listen, you're going 9 points clear, and just City are going to Anfield tomorrow not tomorrow again, Sunday. Sorry, guys. But what I mean after the game is what I mean.
We've got to keep playing as if not Liverpool, if the City are going to keep winning their games, right? So we've got to keep doing our job, beating the teams who are in front of us. Sunderland at home isn't an easy game, by the way. That's quite a nervy game. You can't be
sitting here, Tone, going. You can't be sitting here going, this is an easy 3 points. It really isn't. Yeah. So we have to be respectful of them. They're not going to turn up here to be turned over. We're more than capable of beating any team, but let's show some respect because they literally had our number for quite a lot of that game at their ground. So it's vitally important, Tone. Good start. If we can get a goal first half, that get them to try and come out a little bit more. That's when it'll open up. But yeah, listen, they're no mugs, and let's not treat them like anything else because they're a good side, and they've done quite well this year. They're missing Xhaka, which I think is a big miss. But never underestimate any team you play this year, not at all.
Yeah. Let's catch up some of these comments, mate. Charles has put Mikel again in the press conference calling for best atmosphere. I think he has very well acknowledged that our home is too reactive instead of being passionate, irrespective of game state. No, that's a very good point. And I think that we've got 10 games left. Am I right? 10 games left of the season, Premier League season.
10, 14.
14. Right, sorry, my math is out there. Yeah, we'll game.
What it is,
game
Tone, 7 to put in. Do it for your stats, mate, because I know you're the guy, but I'll take it off your shoulders. There's 7, mate. Basically, mate. We are evens. 7 home games, 7 away games.
Brilliant. Cool. Yeah, so look, we just got to do our job, haven't we? That's the end of the day. Chris, good evening, Chris, mate. Welcome back to the
Thanks
channel.
for joining, Chris. We appreciate
it. Chris has gone with Rayo, White, Saliba, Mosquera, Calafiori, Rice, Norgard, Odegaard, Madueke, Trossard, Jesus would be my team. Got a physical battle against Brentford on Thursday.
A good shout, mate. I would say maybe if you have a look at my team, and please stay on for it once we're ready and we've had our discussion. Please, obviously, I think he might go with it, but there's opportunity to rest some people at 60, 70.
I think he'll go.
Take a 2. If you've got 2-3 up time, do the change.
You know what, Wayne? Why don't Norgard get game time? Why
Norgard, you know what? Norgard should get game. Yeah, Norgard. Listen, he has to. You know, Moreno can't play now. Moreno's done for 4 months. Moreno's season's over.
If he trusted Norgard, right? The game after Man United, he would have played Norgard in that Zubimendi role, right? If that's how strict, because you've got Eze that fucked up against Villa away. This is where I think we have these conversations every show, right? And everyone in the comments, we have these conversations about favourites, right? If Eze's messed up, he gets benched, right? Zubimendi made 2 royal fuck-ups against United at home, right? Now, why wasn't he dropped? That tells you everything you need to know about Norgard. Because if Norgard's the like-for-like replacement in that area, why is he not getting more game time? Why is he not? Because Zubimendi clearly is a bit leggy at the moment, right? Why are you not trusting him to come in and do a job? I think he could do a job. He's tidy. It will allow Rice to still do his thing. So why is he not utilising him? You've got a player there that's fully fit. He's fully fit. He hasn't played any football, right? He's training every day. He's fit. Why not take the legs out of Zubimendi and bring Zubimendi back in against Brentford, or give him the last half an hour?
You know what?
That's what he's there for.
You know what? I mean, obviously, again, taking that into consideration, whether he does. I mean, listen, you've had an intense. I would say, listen, I don't think Chelsea were there, and when I see 3 at the back, I thought myself they're not going for it. A lot of people were saying I didn't hear Gary Neville's analysis, and we muted everything because that's how we have to roll. You know, we're tied by rules and we respect the rules. Sorry, because I'll get my words out in a minute. Because you know we're a new channel starting out on his watch-alongs time. But I was saying in my opinion, I was going, you know, he's trying to. This is the game plan he wants because he's not conceded a goal. I don't think they troubled us. All it was just a battle for 90 minutes, 95, 96 minutes to like win that tie. And a lot of players will be leggy, Tone. The battle will come at Brentford, quite rightly said, because obviously this is a Shiri's just said as well.
Yeah, I'll read out, mate. Go on, you respond to it. Evening, lads. Really nervous for tomorrow. Anytime we have 3 demanding games in a week, the 3rd one doesn't end up well, or we scrape the result. Don't care about performance till North London grind it out. Yeah, I see you know I'm nervous about tomorrow as well because Sunderland they're no mugs. They're done really. I mean, I'm beating at home right this season, but they ain't that great away. Like Wayne said the other day, I don't travel very well, so hopefully that's the case at the Emirates. It's got to start really well, mate. It's got to go at them, you know. Eze, Trossard, Gyökeres, Havertz, Martinelli. I am not asking for a lot. Can you give me 2 more days? Sunderland and Brentford, we need players to step up tomorrow. We do.
Listen, mate. The great thing is this is why Bert has signed these players to do it, Shiri. They've got to step up, mate. They've got to step up.
So the atmosphere will be good tomorrow. When Havertz scored versus Chelsea, stadium was bouncing. We need to pick it up from that moment and help the team over the line. Yeah. No.
Listen, one thing with me, whether I do or not, I'm not one of these guys that kind of wants to be filming himself. I've seen Tottenham fans in a stadium filming themselves, and then it goes viral when they get turned over 2-1 or something. But I'm not going to be that kind of player, but in that kind of fan. Sorry, but I'm in the stadium tomorrow, guys, and I can assure you, I'm sitting in the lower tier. I will sing my heart out as much as I can. I'll raise the boys. It's quite a good where I sit. It's quite a good atmosphere. But let's see. I'll obviously let you guys know tomorrow night's reaction. We'll be doing that in the evening. We are, I say, I'll maybe if I do something afterwards, a little tiny breakdown. But I'll let you guys know. Listen, that's the fundamentals of it. I think my Arteta Tone was saying that again as well in his presser, and he's saying about getting in there for half two. I will get in there, Mikel, if I can get in there about 2:45 or something, mate, because there's some good beer deals going on, and I'll get in as soon as I can, Mikel, if you're watching, all right. But no, listen, mate, it's vitally important with every home game, whether it be in the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, whatever it is now. We have to raise the volume. We have to make sure that you come into this Emirates, you want to sit your 10, 11 men behind 10 men behind the ball. That they're going to drag them over the line. These fans don't. You have to be the 12th man, matey. So yeah, listen, it'll be interesting. I will obviously let you guys know. But I think, listen, I think as you say, Sherry, excuse me, and that after that goal, Tone, you just got to keep raising that roof. Whether they like the song or not, a lot of the stadium, it's very loud, the North London Forever Tone. I know the guy I go with doesn't really like it. For me,
gets everyone going, doesn't it? Before kick off.
That is all it is. My argument for that, and I said to him, look, I get that. I get it's not every single Arsenal fan, especially the older generation. You've got to realise this guy's been going since the 80s, Tone. Not everyone's going to like it, but what my point of view with the North London Forever is that we were a divided fan base. It was, as I've said previously on this stream, it was Wenger in, Wenger out. Emery in, Emery out. Arteta in, Arteta out. You've got one thing: you go into that stadium 2 minutes before kickoff, and everyone sings North London Forever because we're Arsenal. We're the Arsenal. Sing it together, be together. Support the club together. That's what I think it's about, dude. So that's what I'd say about it. That's one of the things I like about it, Tone. We're together. We should not be disagreeing as Arsenal fans. It's just one way, one vision. That's what we want for this football club. We want to win stuff. That's what we want, Tone. That's the end game.
Yeah, I'm happy for this club. I'm so happy for this club. You can see what it meant to go to the final. And to the fans, we deserve a Wembley day out. Anyways, if City don't sell the allocation, I know where I'm going. Yeah, no, I've actually been on the hunt for a ticket. Someone in works said he might be able to get me one, so my fingers are crossed. I might be at Wembley, hopefully, Wayne.
Jeremy Sod, what you can't get two.
I did say
guys, you're hearing it first. Can't sort his cousin out.
He's sniffing around a client to see if they can get some tickets. So,
a lot of people are saying. I mean, obviously, we're Red Level members. A lot of people are saying that it'll be tough, and then also that the guys that have got a season ticket will obviously be sort of first priority. So, yeah, let's see, mate.
Cool. Good little segue. Let's get into the starting 11.
Let's go for it, mate.
Nice. You're still on this Eze on the left stuff, aren't you?
If I say it enough, it might manifest itself.
But it makes sense in a game though where Sunderland. I don't think that's the what's their manager's name? Lores, is that his name?
Yeah, Lores. Yes.
Yeah.
Apologise for it, Tony.
I don't think he's that sort of manager that's going to come and box in. But I said that about bloody. We didn't expect Guardiola to come and sit there and box, and he still did. So yeah. I'm intrigued to see how Sunderland set up for this game. Because the thing is, we've got to be wary of them as well. They've got some really good attacking footballers. We were talking about their star scorer. Was it Bobby? Brian Bobby. What a name that is, by the way. But yeah, he's just. we've got to be careful. But I do think that Arteta should set up with a bit of freedom tomorrow, because I think Eze will give you that bit of freedom on the left, and I think Havertz playing for that role. I think Havertz has to play in that role. I think this season it's just working really well.
Yeah,
as long as Jokic is up front. So yeah, sorry,
I think that
go on,
read this out, mate. Go for it, son.
I'll hand over to you, mate. North London forever after a big win actually slaps them, followed by Freed from Desire. Oh, okay, yeah. That stuff slaps the way fans were dancing in the stadium. This is what football means, guys. Yeah, no, Joe, I must admit, whoever does the Emirates producing is pretty good on the old music at the end of the game. Malcolm, good evening, buddy. How are you, mate? Sunderland are all 4 away. Ties will be 2-0, lads. Yeah, hopefully you're right, mate.
I've always liked you, Malcolm, but again, mate, thank you for the confidence. We hope so again, but thanks for joining, matey. It's I did say that, as Tony said as well. I do think obviously away. I mean, at home, if this is at Sunderland, I'd panic. But I think obviously respect is due. But I think we can. Yeah. I think we can score in the first half. He's got get 1 or 2 goals in that first half. Yeah, it'd be much easier. But Malcolm, thanks. We appreciate it, mate. Thanks for joining.
Malcolm, you guys have got Fulham in you, going away to Fulham. Let me know, how do you think you're going to get on against Fulham? They was unlucky against Man United.
No, that's it, Tony. They as I say, I mean, it's one of them. I thought, they've pulled it back again, and Man,
I was celebrating. I was in the bedroom sorting out clothes, and I threw the clothes and was celebrating because you know what, they were. Look, we lost against them at the Emirates, and they've not shut up about it. You'd think that
apparently, Tony, apparently their fans, they've won 3 Premier League games on a bounce for the first time in God knows how many years. And now Man United are in a title race. They just need to be brought down a peg or 2. But let them have their moments, Owen. They will be brought down a peg or 2. But
hopefully Tottenham can bring them down a peg or 2 at Old Trafford tomorrow at 12:30.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Oh, that's the early kickoff. Oh, nice.
That's the early kickoff. Yeah, look, just a quick one through the fixtures while I've got it open.
You got, mate.
United, Tottenham, 12:30. Got Bournemouth, Aston Villa.
Yeah.
I fancy Bournemouth in that. I'm not going to lie.
Is that at Bournemouth?
That's at Bournemouth, mate. Yeah, it's at Bournemouth. You've got Fulham, Everton. Hopefully Everton win because our Malcolm follows us. Newcastle, Brentford. Newcastle. Newcastle. Funny at the moment.
Newcastle, you can't guarantee what team's going to turn up there, Tony.
Yeah, you got Burnley, West Ham. That's an interesting battle at the bottom. That'd be quite a good game to watch, actually.
I'm rooting for Burnley.
And then you've got Wolverhampton. Sorry, I say Wolves. Wolves versus Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win that. But yeah, that's the and obviously then you've got Sunday, Brighton at home to Palace. Brighton are a little bit off the cuff, a little bit, and then there's the big one, Liverpool, Man City. So there's a nice little weekend of football there.
Yeah, as I say, it's
Sunderland are 13-1. They must be bad away. Yeah. But look, we can't take anything for granted tomorrow.
Yeah, listen, Chris, we won't take anything for granted.
Luis sets up really well. Malcolm thought it'll be 1-1 against Fulham, lad. We're shit in attack. Yeah,
I had a few people. I was saying about the Burnley. Sorry, Bones. Sorry, Bones. It's only because you say that. I had Malcolm, a guy at work. He supports Burnley. I've got quite a few as regular watchers will know. I get a lot of West Ham fans giving me stick, but it's all in the name of jest.
Got a Burnley support in where you work.
I have, matey. Yeah, he come from there. Yeah, this is his family. But he's I know. But he's lovely bloke. But he just said. He said, "I wish we were good," but he said we're crap in attack as well, so that could be a draw, like Malcolm said. In
Burnley have the same old thing where it's their business still, isn't it? They come up, go back down, make money from it, don't they? They get up, earn the money, then they're quite happy to do it. They're a massive boomerang club, aren't they? They're a typical boomerang club.
Yeah, Burnley are. I mean, that's the thing, mate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did, mate. Yeah, get Alpha after the City game on.
Yeah,
but your present needed.
He does do a lot of training, though, matey, as well, and as I say, lad. But yeah, no, I get you, Sheree. Yeah, we didn't really text him. I think what we'll do as well, we'll have a good old chat when the Tottenham Arsenal game come on. I mean, it'll be quite an interesting one there because we're at their ground, aren't we? So
I'll see if he's around. He might be out and about. He's young and he's just got his driving license, so he's probably out in the town.
He's got his driving license. The boy's ready to go, so that's obviously he's got a lot to do. But when he can, he does tune in. But if he's got a bit of time, well, we'll try and sort of like get an injury. But yeah, he's there. The boy, he's 18 this year, so he's enjoying his life, and fair play to him. But yeah, no, we could have done, but yeah, we'll see what he's like. He's a busy lad. Again, he's a busy lad. He's a busy lad. Shuri's just put this time.
Oh yeah.
Afterwards, read the rest of it. So there's something. Yeah, sorry.
Jokeres, we need to replicate that Solanke performance. Personally, for me, bench Zubi for Norgard, Eze 10, Kai off the bench, Trossard left wing. Interesting. Yeah. I do think I'm actually, when we first started the stream up, I'm actually inclined to give Norgard a chance in that role, because whenever I've seen him, he's been pretty tidy, right? And I think, as I said, I think Zubimendi fucked up against United. I think that he's a very, very good player, but is he a little bit leggy at the moment? So
he's playing a lot, Tony. You got to. I mean, as much as he's such a quality player that you have to allow for these little ricks. As much as frustrating they were, I mean, you look at it as well. If he didn't make that rick, it's 1-0. We would have either won that game or it would have finished 2-2. All right. I'm pretty sure he's.
Oh, here he is. He's joined too early, mate. How are you? I hope you're well.
Anyway, mate. Yeah, cheers for
joining. Jumps on last 5 to wind us up.
Yeah.
City Liverpool, mate. City Liverpool. How are you going to get on?
That's the thing, Tony. Yeah, listen. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. I think obviously it's there for rotating but my lineup is in respect to Sunderland, because I think get the job done and rotate. But Norgard is one of them that should get a chance, Tony. He's
Yeah. Do you think Ben White at right back over oh fucking hell, Timber? What is going on with me? My brain went dead then. Against Timber. I think Timber, he's his main guy at right back. If he's fit, he's going to play him.
No, listen. Again, this is me. This is the extent of my rotation, Tone. And again, this was at guys online are saying rotate. Just rotate your fullbacks or whatever. Benny White. Would you want Benny White sort of like at home, or would you want it at Brentford? I would want this. I would want the sort of solidarity of White at Timber. Sorry, at Brentford and Fresh.
Sure, what a shout, sure. Yeah, I was tempted to start Martinelli right wing, but he looked shattered versus Chelsea. But White on his better attacking than Timber. Calafiori starts Trossard, Calafiori have a good partnership.
I was thinking actually that's what start of season time when it was Trossard and Calafiori. They have a fantastic partnership. It could be that, mate. I want this. I've been advocating for this since the start of the summer. With before Havertz picked up that injury that we had, and we ain't seen him for 4 or 5 months. So, but I was kind of umming and ahhing. But if you're going to do it, you can always put Trossard 60 minutes left wing, Eza behind, and if it does work, then you can. If it don't work, you can. Madueke, you've got Martinelli, you'll have Havertz on the bench as well. You've got Jesus. So there'll still be options without Odegaard and Saka. Just how he rotates it, Tone. I wouldn't say it'd be remiss to put Norgard on for 50, 60 minutes to give to rotate one of Rice or Zubimendi out. At this moment in time, our fourth fit, sort of like if you want to call him a central midfielder when he's played left back, is MLS, isn't it? Really, so you need to get Norgard in there to rotate a lot with Moreno out for the rest of the season. It's one of those things. One of those things, mate.
Yeah, so I just got confirmation from Malfi. I think he said he's free this evening, so we'll get him jump on last 5.
Yeah,
he can talk us through how he felt about the City game on Sunday, and also his thoughts on the game at Old Trafford tomorrow. So it'd be good to get his thoughts. But yeah, look, it's an interesting one, isn't it? The temptation, I think. Yeah, I'm not. Joe, I'm actually I'm with you now, Wayne, because it's getting to the point now, Arteta, because he's got injuries now. You don't know what his favoured 11 is going to be. I know for a fact that left. I think Nketiah was brilliant against Chelsea to the point where I don't think
Nketiah doesn't deserve to be dropped. Rotated potentially, but what I would say is if you put Timber into right back for me, and obviously if you put Timber in there, you got Saka back. for me, that is, I'm adamant that with them to the right hand side, you change it for Timber and Saka. That should be your 11 to win you stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know obviously Chris has said about Mosquera, which could be a decent shout to rest Saliba. Big Gabs as well. You need to try and get him kind of rested as best you can. But listen, Tone, as I said, against why I put my 11 as a heavily rotated 11, it's because I didn't think Chelsea would have that ability to break through even with that 11. I know we obviously had our big boys out anyway, but you know, this is for me it's important we got to Wembley, but this is a game we need to win because as everyone knows and we're all fully aware, you go 9 points clear. City go to Anfield. We've said it. It's
an
vitally
opportunity
important,
to
mate.
create
It's
a
an
massive
opportunity. Gap. It's a massive opportunity to get 9 points on the board. And if you get to that point and Liverpool have turned City over, you're 9 points on your nearest rivals. And in all due respect to Villa, I just don't think they're going to have. They got the squad to sustain it as title challenge. They're a top 4 challenging team, but City are your side you want to be clear of. So you got to take it. This is a vitally important game, mate.
Yeah, Sharice put, I love Madueke, lads, but Martinelli's a better goal threat. Yep. He's the one player who can move based off instincts. Right behind him helps the ball to him in dangerous positions. Yeah.
Listen, I would only say that he doesn't start, and sorry, Tone, because Martinelli was absolutely, as you said, alluded to, he was shattered after that game. He put in a shift against Chelsea for 96.
The 90th minute, he was still sprinting.
Yeah, he was still going, mate. He was, you know. But I love it, Shuri. I know what you're saying. I would say after 60 minutes, obviously Saka doesn't need to be risked. Get Madueke to start, Martinelli to finish, and you might even get some joy with that as well. But I think Martinelli could be vital. He potentially could be a starter against Brentford in terms of pinning them back and his ability to chase down players. Tone,
Yeah, Chris has put 2-13 to win a league. Be horrible to mess it up this time. It'd be horrible. Yeah, it
will be, mate. Let's
we're going to hide.
Let me get my words out in a minute. One game at a time, guys. Just don't. The main thing is we have to do it, and we have got a lot of the worst places to go out of the way. We have to go City and Tottenham. Yes, we do. I agree. I know they're going to be tough, guys. Yeah. But we have got a lot of the harder stuff. We haven't got to go to Anfield. Haven't got to go to Old Trafford. We haven't got to go to St James's Park. Yes, we lost at Villa, but that's out of the way now, lads, and we're still we're still sort of we're 6 points clear, having navigated through the worst stuff. We can go clear, and if that happens, and if Liverpool do what they can do at Anfield, listen, it could be a draw, Tone. It'd be 7 points, but the point is get the job done.
You want the cushion, because if we go for a game where we end up drawing or we lose it last minute, at least there's a cushion there, right? I think that cushion will give us a lot of what's comfort. That's what I'm looking for. It's comfort, knowing that we can go into if we go 9 points clear, Wayne. Yeah, we go into that Brentford game. All right, I think we can beat Brentford at their ground.
Listen, we can beat any team on any day. We've shown it.
Yeah, we're going to that North London derby, 9 points clear at the top. I think. I know Alfie's going to be joining us later, but I think we beat Spurs with that relaxed, no pressure on us. If we go into that game and it's only 5 points, so much pressure on us to get a result, then the Etihad's even worse, right?
We've got
we need that cushion. We need that cushion.
We've got and then sorry, mate, I don't want to be talking over. It's just before, as you know, mate, it's with a long day. It's just to get it out to put the point across to you as well before I forget, and we go on to another thing. But we've got March 22nd is the League Cup, so we don't have to worry about that competition now until the 22nd of March. Yeah, I'm pretty sure midway through March at some point it resumes in Champions League. If I'm wrong, I don't know if it's beginning of April or
when's the draw?
When's the draw
for that? When's the draw for?
I don't know, dude. I think they've done the draw for the playoffs. Who's playing in there? I'm not sure. I think after that, whenever, but. Man City, unluckily, they missed out on having to pay a further 2 sort of like knockout games to add to their kind of fixture list. But, we don't have to worry. What my point being, sorry, guys, is we don't have to worry about the competitions. We've got Wigan in the FA Cup. can rotate the team in all due respect to Wigan, but we can focus on the Premier League is what I'm getting at. It's now to focus until the 22nd, to the end, so the midway of March, is focus on the Premier League time.
Yeah, it's proper crunch time now, isn't it?
It is, mate. It is.
Yeah, Sharice put Trossard, Eze, Nele behind Havertz. We can have fluid rotations to disrupt their blocks. Yeah, they can interchange positions to create good positions. Yeah, no, agree with that.
Yeah,
that's why I like Havertz in that role.
It could be. Listen, it could be one of them that obviously with Gyökeres getting us through doing his job. And again, he played quite well against Chelsea. There's just moments again, obviously opening up for him, but he does a certain role. We've said this.
But Havertz seems to give him that space.
You have to accept that. I was looking to see if they can build a rapport, Tone. But look, maybe it could be you put Havertz in the centre forward role, and you give Gyökeres off the bench, and you get Gyökeres to roll against Brentford away. You know, it could be. You can't. That's what it is. You've got to rotate.
He's at it again. He's at it again. Sheffield United had one place in March 25 at Championship table. They had 14 points clear, but they are not promoted. Even they not got 2 places at season end. Arsenal have got the same fate.
SBO, how many charges have your super duper football club got, my friend? Yeah, I mean they're totally legit, aren't they? So Leicester get done, Everton get done.
That's the argument.
Aston Villa get done. People get done, but your football club is still competing at the top of the league, and you're coming onto our stream giving it large. So, you know what I mean? Let's leave it there, matey. Yeah, leave the stream.
So we've got Cherise put Arsenal between now and May only travel out of London for only City, Brighton, and Wolves. Rest of the league games are in London. Yeah, no, that's a good point. The only game that I think Brighton away has always been a tough game for us. Right, they love us coming to the Amex Stadium. Although it's been a decent stomping ground for us in recent years, but it's always been a challenge for us. I think that Wolves away. I'll get my words out. They're going to be in relegation scrap. If they're not already relegated, they're going to be up for that. They're going to be fighting. Yeah. I think sometimes playing against a relegation team is a tougher game than playing a mid-table team away, because they're literally
scrapping for a point.
Every single ball they're fighting for. The Wolves game has been moved to midweek before the North London derby, so we need to navigate the rotations better. Oh God, yeah.
That's what it is, Tone. So we got them. So it's Saturday tomorrow. Sunderland, Thursday Brentford, Sunday Wigan in the FA Cup, and then Wednesday I think, if Sherry's going, if I'm not mistaken, will be Wolves, and then you got Tottenham on the weekend. So yes, it is vitally important that rotations are managed well, defensively as well as attack, Tone. So my only concern would be the midfield, in terms of rotating them, and Declan Rice and Zubimendi need to be rotated effectively. Against Wigan, again, that would be where you'd be playing Norgard as your sole sitting, if you like, and then you could sort of like dovetail between Havertz and Eze, or like Erdegaard will be back. You can rotate a lot, but yeah, it could be important. You could see MLS kind of have a second wind in midfield, you know, because at times we're going to need it. You know, you got them thick and fast still. You know,
he hasn't tried him there, has he?
He hasn't. I'd say, you know what, I'll be inclined to try him against Wigan in a sense.
Yeah.
It depends, obviously, Tone, as well, because again, you got to, unless you sort of like shift Calafiori, because again, Calafiori's been out for a month or so, and so you could shift Calafiori at centre back or Hincapié, play them, get Mosquera and White on the other side, and get MLS and Norgard in the midfield. Could be an option, mate, but yeah, we need to. As you said, Shiri said, 100% has to manage the rotations, Bones, definitely.
Yeah, Norgard and Shrewsbury, Norgard and Miles Lewis Skelly need to start seeing midfield minutes. Yeah, if we are winning, can't pick tomorrow like 3-0 sub on Skelly versus.
Straight on, Shiri. Straight on, mate.
I'll give him a go in there, isn't
well, as much as I've put my worry. That's why I put White and Calafiori, Shiri. My worry is Saliba, Gabriel, Zubi, and Rice playing for the whole 90. That's my concern. Brentford will be a tougher game. I think. Listen, I think you have to be respectful to Sunderland, but I think we can be it can be like 2-3-0 up by 60 minutes if we play the right game in a way we're more than capable of, in all due respect to them. They haven't got Xhaka, their most influential player, down. So we have to take advantage of that, Shiri. But my worry, Bones, is, as I said, it's them guys need a bit of a rest. You know, if he rotates and he puts Mosquera in for Saliba, and then he'll put Saliba on for Gabriel, Big Gabby, in 60 minutes, I'll be happy with that. Do you know what I mean? Or even in Capier, whatever he do. But the rest needs to happen for them. Just that, you know, you can't just pick up a niggly little tight hamstring tone. It's just it's vitally important right now that we manage the minutes well.
Yeah, I do think he should start deploying. This is where Wanyeri going out on loan, it sort of cost us a little bit, right? Because he could have played some minutes in that. Odegaard's injured. You sort of got Eze in that role. Havertz, right? Havertz is filling that role as well. But we're short on a winger now because Madueke on the right. You know, he's back up to Saka, but you don't want him running himself into the ground with the fixtures we've got coming up.
Well, I mean, the thing is, and I get that, Tone, but have a look at it on this side as well, mate, is if you were to use Martinelli as your cover, he has run himself ragged in midweek, but he can come on. You know, you've got Trossard, you've got Eza, you know, you've got Jesus, you've got Havertz, you've got Gyökeres, and then obviously if Odegaard and Saka, and they're not going to be that that long anyway. So I think obviously you can rotate. There is room to rotate, Tone. All it is that as much as it is frustrating with Wanyeri, I think, again, look at it this way: Saka and Odegaard are out, and tell me now, just come to tell me right now, with the team that we have, would you start Wanyeri tomorrow if he was still in the squad?
No, you wouldn't. No, it's a very good point.
See, but I think he needs to play, and I know what you're saying. On 100% time, but I think he needs to play. And we need to, obviously, we can't record him anyway. So, but I think he needs to go out there, learn a different style, learn a different way of playing, get his confidence. Next year, he can start nailing down a position. Currently, as it stands, you know, but that's the saying. Any Arsenal fan, you have to look at yourself and go, well, you know, Madueke would start, Eze would start, or actually, you know, I'd start Trossard. Hang on, Havertz is, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, Wanyeri's not in that conversation. So, you know, you wouldn't start him up top because you've got Jesus in back up to Gyökeres. So it is difficult, it's annoying, but I think, again, the boss wouldn't put him in straight away, like wouldn't put him in above them players I've just said. So it's still best where he is, Bones. I get the frustration, dude. But MLS can cover Moreno's minutes. My only worry with Moreno's injury is that I think Moreno's a clutch player and he's turned up clutch in moments we've struggled. That's where my worry comes from, you know. Who's going to turn up in those clutch moments? Because, you know, Moreno he's a fantastic squad player to have. You have to look at it in that sense. You know, doesn't moan, gets on with his job, playing as a number 9 last year when we had no striker. Comes in, whether you can question his ability as a midfielder, he has his moments as a 10. You know, he covers anywhere. And apparently, Mikel was having an interview, Tone, and he said he was preparing him to play centre back. So the dude just wants to love, you know. And if he loves playing for your football club, if he loves playing in any position, fair play to him. It's just it's a massive shame. But there's players that can step up. But yeah, he does leave a hole because he can do the job. He would started for me tomorrow. You know, with a Subi or Rice and rotate Norgard in or something like that. But we have to make do, Bones.
Wayne, you're frozen there, mate.
Oh, sorry, mate. Am I right?
Oh, we've lost him. You're back now. You're back now. Yeah, you're back now.
Oh, mate. Sorry, guys. Dear, I do apologise. This is the phone's normally quite reliable, but I don't know what's happened there. Sorry, Tone. I can't see it on my end.
Oh, good. I've got a decent signal. Anyway, we'll persevere. We'll carry on. Madueke, my brother, it's time to start performing because if Saka comes back, you are on the bench. And next season you have Dalman and when you're competing for your position, so you have to do better. No, he does. His stats. Don't get me wrong, right? He's been dangerous when he's been playing, but you know his stats they still are a concern. To be fair, you know he was a bit better against Leeds. He done okay against Chelsea. I think he done a better. I think he done a better job on Cucurella than Saka has done in the last 2 games. Yeah. I think Saka struggled against him. and I think that there's it's he's got to perform now. I think Cherie's right. I completely agree now. He's got to start owning that 53 million price tag that he's got. I know players don't choose how much they get sold for, but if you're looking at players like Rodrigo, all the players that we could have had, Semenyo, right? We might have got him in the summer if we pushed hard enough for the same price. He's gone to City for 60 million.
You know what? Both.
I think he's got
could have happened in the summer, Tony. Just got greedy with City. But that's another story.
Of course.
But he could have. He listen. No, sorry. If you mean last summer, that could have been an option.
Yeah.
If you meant last summer,
the summer just gone.
Exactly.
The summer just gone.
Sorry,
he was looking at wingers. He was looking at wingers, and everyone sat here, including me, including you, probably everyone in the chat, going, "Why the fuck are we signing Madueke from Chelsea?" Right? Everyone was going, "We're going back in Chelsea's recycling bin," all that crap that was coming out. It's one of them things, right, where he's come in. The first couple of games when Saka got injured, away to Anfield, he's done all right. But Joe, what he's got from me, I was thinking about this the other day, Wayne, and I don't know if a few people might resonate with this, right? He's got Gervinho vibes. Do you remember Gervinho? The winger we had. No, but he was
Gervinho.
Gervinho. Do you remember Gervinho, right? He was good. He was good with the ball. Fantastic dribbler. He'd literally get himself out of a hole, right? Brilliant to watch, but just no end product. There was nothing there.
Yeah, listen.
I worry that Madueke will go down the same route because he's good on the ball. He's tricky. He gets past the man. His crossing's good. His corners are on point most of the time. And you're looking at him going, mate, why are you not banging in 10 goals? It summed it up against the Champions League game against I forgot their name now.
Kyrat.
Yeah, where he skied it. And I was like, if Saka's in that position, he's going in the top corner, and that's the difference in quality.
He, in my opinion, and crucify me a little bit, is that I think that Madueke is better at taking players on, but Saka's got a more clinical edge to him. And you're going to take Saka anyway because he's our star boy and he's done it over the years. It's only this horrible sort of like hamstring that's holding him back this season, in my opinion. But he is better at taking players on. His end product is abysmal. There's no way to say about that. He has to develop that tone. He will not become anything, any way, shape or form the player he's got the potential to be if that is not fixed. You can do that. You can, look at Aaron Lennon, and I'm sure Alf. I mean, Alf was too young. He was born when Aaron Lennon was playing, so he was a baby. My brother-in-law, his dad will tell you, and he used to always ever take that mick out of him. But I used to say as well. I say, Aaron Lennon. I said he's all bluster. He'll take the players on. He used to have a little arm thing, didn't he? He'd run sort of,
Yeah, but that's
how he would. But he would take players on. And he would he looked like a well beater, but he could not. His end product was shocking, and he would never post like high end numbers. And I'm just hoping that Madueke is not another one because he again he can play a certain role, he can play that way, but he's helping us in terms of depth tone, but we also need output. You know what I mean? So he is struggling in that sense, mate. But he's phenomenal at taking players on, Tony. He really is. His ability to look up the feet, his quick feet, but it's that end product. He will be a world-class winger. It's all about end product now in this day and age, mate. But one thing I want to quickly do before we get you asked this quick question. One thing you have to look at as well, which I said on the stream, Martinelli's another one. But what Martinelli does is he's got a phenomenal engine. His defensive mind is what you keep him in the team for. His ability to keep going for 90 minutes. His end products, again, if he could defend, attack, which is a tough thing to do anyway, he's another one who'd be a well beater. Martinelli. He's a phenomenal. He's got a phenomenal engine on him. And it's all these wingers, Tone. And obviously in an Arteta system, you have to defend first, and then attacking obviously is there, but you lose your attacking instinct sometimes because you're asked to track back, you're asked to defend. Could be new to Madueke as well, but we've got two players there that they can explode if their end product was much higher. They just got that's the improvement on both. But Let's see who he goes with, though, matey. But I just wanted to bring that up as well because I think Martinelli might not be as lethal, and his numbers might not be elite, but he is such a phenomenal hard worker for the football team. You have to look at that as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Shari's comment here, different is Saka left with assists in both games versus Cucurella and was not involved like Madueke. Well, that's the difference between a top player and a good player. Ethan is also a GA magnet. Yeah, no, that's with Saka. He gives you them moments, doesn't he? Like I thought in them two games, Cucurella was kicking him lumps out of him. This is where the ref doesn't. No, I'm not actually. I should be saying this, but I'm going to say it right because it used to annoy me with players like Cristiano Ronaldo was at United, always getting protection from the ref, right?
Yeah, mate.
But Saka does need a little bit of protection because with like fullbacks now, because he always gets the ball with his back to the fullback. They just clatter him from behind.
Yeah,
and I think that's why his body's sort of breaking down a little bit on him because if you always watch, he walks like an old man. If you see when he walks like an old man, like he's stiff, like he's a bit stiff around the joints.
Yeah.
And if you watch how he plays, I think as he's getting older, I think his body's sort of breaking down a little bit. That's why the injuries are picking up. I think because he's getting clattered left, right, and centre.
Yeah,
and Madueke doesn't get clattered as much, or he does get clattered, but because he's more a touchline winger, whereas Saka will go to the fullback, drift off, and then go. But I think players know what he's going to do now, and I think that's why it's probably not a bad thing that that he's going to have a little bit of a break because I think it gives opposition something else to think about because Madueke is very, very he's not going to do the same thing. He'll cut inside, he'll go outside. And one thing that Saka doesn't do anymore is take fullbacks to the byline. He doesn't do that often. Whereas Madueke, he's looking to take you on. He's looking to burst.
That's the thing.
Right? And a fullback absolutely hates that.
Of course they do. I mean, that's the thing, Tony. It's a problem with Arsenal all the time. Is you've got players in your squad where you'd go if that player was one player combined, you'd have an absolute phenomenally brilliant world class winger sort of thing. You know, Saka's kind of always been that guy to whip in. I mean, we ain't had that a lot either, have we? Where Saka's pulled back onto his left and whipped it in, or we haven't had a Saka worldie this year. You haven't really kind of had that. Maybe once,
His game's been assessed now by a lot of clubs. Now they know what he's going to do.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of people were against it. When he threw him on, they threw him on the left, and I was like, Joe, what? I know, I was like, oh, why they play him on the left for? I didn't mind that from Arteta because like, look, they know what Saka's going to do, and he's going to shift onto that left foot, whip it in. Man United on it. Most teams are on that now. They know exactly what he's going to do. He always does the same thing. He'll stop, go back. Right? He won't use his right foot. Whereas Madueke is quite happy to go to swing of his right, put across it.
Yeah.
And it's hard really because he's got to find a way, Saka, now to get back into form. And I think that's the struggle now. And the fact that he's out injured. Madueke, if you're Madueke and you're his coach or whatever, but you're going to him, this is an opportunity for you to keep Saka out of the team.
Yeah.
Right, and he's got to take it. He's got to get them stats up, mate. He's got to get them stats up.
No, definitely, mate. He has listen, we've got four wingers. One's not one's not. I'm gonna quickly have it once you let Alfie in, get Alfie introduced, I'll be back time. But yeah, listen, you got Martinelli, Trossard, Saka and Madueke on your wings. You got to use it. Once Alfie's I'll be back, guys. Just bear with me. Let Alfie have a chat with you, and I'll be back.
Old man bladder kicking up again, mate.
Oh, mate, always, dude, always. It's this stream now. They're going longer than half hour. I used to do half-hour streams. I can't hack it now.
Yeah.
Evening, Alf. I'll be back in a sec, mate. Welcome to the stream, dude.
Thank you.
But, look, I think we're going to wind in the stream down a little bit, but I thought we'd get your thoughts on the old City game on Sunday. There's been a few requests in the chat. Go on, mate. You've got the floor. How'd you break down the game on Sunday?
I think first 20 minutes, I kind of thought straight away in the game that we was going to get basically run all over by City.
You were shocking first half, weren't you?
That's what I mean. The first 10 minutes in and Cherky scores, you're a bit like, oh. Then Semenyo's goal was poor defending. Why he's got so much room in the box, I don't know. But no, second half is a lot better. The most frustrating thing that I can always pick out about Spurs is the way that they only play good in the second half or only perform in second half. It's almost like that they have to go a goal or two down to then start playing football. It's a bit annoying, but I mean, second half was a lot better. First goals, there were like controversy of was it
Was
allowed?
the first half
Was it
goal?
not the first goal?
Sorry, was that a foul? Would you say it was a foul?
It's hard to call because I saw like one angle from it, and it was the back angle of it, where it looked like he had kicked the ball, but then you then go on the next day and you see it all over social media, and he does kick his leg into the ball. I don't know whether he gets a little bit of a toe on it or not, but he definitely does kick his leg because you can see Gay's leg kind of start forward where he kicks it. So I think it was a bit unfair, but.
Do you know what? Them City are non-stop moaned about that game, and they're just honestly, that Rodri is one player that's pissed me off because he's come out going, "Oh, the refs are against us," and all that stuff. And it's like, you should have been given a second yellow in that game.
Yeah.
So Cherise put, you know what, Alfie, I sympathise with you because the levels of difference between Solanke and Richarlison is alarming. Can't believe you had to endure Richarlison all these months. Pray Solanke is fit. Yeah, he don't stay fit for long, does he, mate?
No, it's a bit frustrating. I mean, I'm not going to call shots straight away, but I mean, it's proved it straight away. He's came back, played 3 games, scored 4 goals. Like,
yeah, he's a good striker.
He's very underrated, but I mean, the only way I don't think people rate him as much only because he hasn't been given the chance to have good moments in the Spurs shirt yet. So,
yeah. Do you think you kick on from this now? Do you think you got United at Old Trafford, 12:30 kickoff? I'll probably be watching that because I want United to lose. The supporters are getting on my nerves. They honestly think they're going to win the league now. They're in the title run now because they've won 3 games on a bounce. But yeah, what's your thoughts on tomorrow's game? Do you think you turn up at Old Trafford, or do you think it was a case of, the fans get on the back after the first half, had to put a performance in second half? Do you think they'll kick on?
I mean, Old Trafford is a difficult place to go. Like,
yeah,
it's not like no one can argue with it. I mean, a lot of teams that do go there, you are going to get a United that are going to perform. I feel like if we first half, in my mind straight away, I'm thinking guaranteed awful first half. So the only way that we can stop that is, I would say, first half, because it's every single Spurs fan would agree that first half we play shocking. So if we can keep it 0-0 until half time, then I'll be like, okay, fine. Second half we have to kick on, because if we concede a goal in the first half, then the pressure's going to build on us to go and get a goal, and then United fans are going to start getting behind United's players, and then it's going to start. It could start getting worse. So I think if we go in the game 0-0 at half time, then I'll be happy with that. Like I said, but as long as we kick off in the second half and we score a few goals, we'll get comfortable.
Did you see the Fulham game? Fulham against United on Sunday?
No.
So
yes, I did actually.
United were quite comfortable in the game, but Fulham got themselves back into it quite easily. So I wouldn't say that United are full front winners. Like, they're not full front favourites for this game, because I think they've got vulnerabilities that can still be hit at. Let's not all switch off the fact that because they beat us at the Emirates, beat City, that they're in a bit of form right now. But there's going to be a moment where where their bubble gets burst. Right, and I thought Fulham done that with their last-minute goal, but they nicked one back. But then I thought that was shocking defending from Fulham. But what I'm getting at, Alf, is that game tomorrow isn't a foregone conclusion. I think that there's a result that Tottenham can go and get there if they set up correctly, and if they take the momentum they got against City in the second half, and hopefully they lose it by the time of the North London derby, of course. But but yeah, no. Cherise put for the first time, Alfie, that City game is when I felt Tottenham actually had the vocal point. The way he was dragging you up the pitch, winning these duels, that was a complete 9 performance. Love Xavi as well. Yeah, I thought Xavi Simons was brilliant.
I was actually going to say that. Now I know, like a few months ago, when I came on here and I said about Xavi Simons about giving him time. This is the reason that you need to give him time. Every single post that I've seen about Tottenham has been about Xavi Simons. Every single person that's not a Tottenham fan has been praising Xavi Simons. Like it just takes time. You can't expect a player to come from abroad who's never played Premier League football. Is very different to playing abroad or playing just not in the Prem. So I think if you expected to sign a player and instantly go, yeah, he's going to be unbelievable, then I think you've lost your head, because they have to adapt, because it's such a physical league compared to the Spanish league. I'm not saying Marcus Rashford was bad, but Marcus Rashford at United struggled. He's gone to Barca and he's absolutely firing. So I feel like you just have to let players who come from abroad, just let them settle in and adapt, and just wait for that moment to come. And it's happened for Xavi.
Yeah, no, he got you up the pitch on a few occasions. You and him and Solanke. And I think there's a good point. So Shreves put Xavi Simons, you need to kick on from that performance. Same as Solanke, the game changed for Spurs when they subbed off Pape Sarr. Him and Gallagher Boston midfield. Odebert was also good. Yeah, I thought Gallagher's going to be an important player for you. He's one of them players that, if you can get the Crystal Palace Gallagher at Spurs, where he was breaking up play, and he was he's the machine money for Crystal Palace. He hasn't been the same player since he's left them. Chelsea ruined him, I think, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, I think you've done some good business in the January transfer window. There's a few little, I think there's a few eyebrow raises with some of the players, like Gallagher. But I think that I think he'll do well, given some time.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, like you said, if we get a Palace Gallagher, then I'll be happy. Gallagher's very good at, he's exactly the player that I could describe Gallagher as, is like Paulinho. The way that if you're starting Paulinho in midfield, you would feel comfortable, only because the way he wins the ball back, his aggression. Like, if you see Paulinho 1-on-1, like against Man City, he plays centre back, and I don't think he done too bad. But I feel like Gallagher's that same type of player, but I feel like Gallagher's more progressive than Paulinho is. I feel like Paulinho is a proper sit back box to box defender, where I feel like Gallagher can win the ball and kind of go forward with it, and I can trust him going forward with it. But
yeah, Shreves put a good question here, mate. Alfie, thoughts on Romero's calling out the ball? I'll say that. I thought, Jesus Christ.
Generally, I generally agree with him, because I know we all had, when Daniel Levy left, that every Spurs fan was cheering like we'd won the Premier League or something. Everyone was happy and buzzing, saying it's a new Tottenham. But the same things happened again when this Lewis family and Vinay and whatever. There's no change. There's no, when I saw, because you can't blame everything. Don't get me wrong, he was shocking the way he spent his money and how he didn't spend it wisely. But you can't put it all on Daniel Levy, and it's kind of proved it. He's left now, and the club's still in the same state. I feel like, honestly, I feel like since Daniel Levy's left, it's got worse. It's got a lot worse, because we've been crying out for a new goalkeeper, because Vicario's lost all of it. I feel like he was so good in his first season when we signed him, and he just gradually, slowly dipped. I feel like we do need a backup centre-back, because the other week against City, Romero came off half-time, Van der Ven was injured, Danto was injured. We literally played, can't even remember who we played. We played Dragusin and Paulinho. Romero started, but then obviously we took him off, and it went to kind of a makeshift back four. It was quite awful. So I feel like there's all right for him to call out the board, especially when he's right, saying, how can you have so many players in the team and there was only 11 match fit players to play? All of our bench, apart from 2 players, was youngsters. It's sad to see, but
what's your thoughts on Thomas Frank before we start winding down? Do you think he deserves time, or would you say that they need to pull the plug on him?
I feel like it's really hard to say now, only because I feel like after the first game of the Champions League, in that kind of sense, I thought, okay, no, 100% we're not going to win it, but just see where he takes us, see how far he can go in there, see how much he can challenge himself and us. But then I feel like he's focused on it a bit too much, where he's kind of backed away from the Premier League, where it's got so frustrating where we are 100%, and everyone would agree we're in a relegation battle, 100%. Leeds winning now, Palace winning, they're all on the same points as us. Forest are only 3 points off us. West Ham are 9 points off us. If we go and lose our next 3 or 4 games in a row, or pick up a draw and lose 3, and Leeds, Forest or West Ham win 2 or 3, or draw 2 and 3 and win 1, we're slowly slipping down the hill, and we're getting closer and closer to relegation, which sounds crazy, but I don't know what to say on him, because in the Premier League, if he gets us relegated, he has to go down as, if not one of the worst managers. We haven't been relegated since I can't remember what it was. But then there's also a stage where I'm like, hold up a minute. He's also firing in the Champions League.
Yeah, I was having this discussion on a few streams, weren't we, Wayne? Where I feel like the same problem with Arsenal. We're more fluid in the Champions League because we get the space. I think in the Premier League it's such a different ball game now. Everyone's low blocking. Everyone's like defense. Always, for some reason, defense is becoming a thing before attacking now. You know, and I think Tottenham are a sort of team that are set up to attack teams, right? And when a team's setting up really well, it's really hard to respond to that. And I think after watching a few Tottenham games, I'd say that's probably, I think Frank's getting caught out in the sense that teams are setting up really well. Like West Ham was a really good example. You know, I think that you got outscored in terms of they just sat in and go. They've done the same to Chelsea, by the way, as well. They just was unlucky in the end. They just sat in and went, "Come break us down," and they picked you off. And I think that, and that's what teams are doing now. And this is, and with us, I think with Arteta, that's why he's so stringent on defending and having keeping it tight at the back. But then it affects the attack going forward. That's why I don't think there's been many Premier League games where we scored more than 3 goals. Last season we battered Crystal Palace 5-0. I've not seen any of them games this season because of the way the Premier League's setting up now. Everyone's setting up not to lose rather than going for it. It's just not a thing no more. It's not a thing. But yeah, let's comment here. Sorry, mate. Yeah, Shreve's loving the questions tonight. Thank you for joining, mate. Unpopular opinion: if Levy, bloody hell, you know what I mean. Can't talk tonight. The bum's kicking in. Was here, Frank would be sacked, and also the medical team at Tottenham need to be sacked. And if Inter bid for Vicario, take the money and run off.
Yeah, I mean, this is
generally suited to the Italian game, isn't he, Alf?
That's what I mean. This is what I was saying. Like, if we had Levy right now, the only one thing that I liked about Levy was his stubbornness. Yes, every Tottenham fan was crying out for give Postecoglou time, give these managers that we've had, Nuno, Jose, Conte, give them time. But I like his stubbornness, because right now, if we had Levy, Frank would have been gone. We might have had a new manager or an interim. Vicario, we would have sold a lot of players. Vicario probably would have been gone. A few surprising players probably would have been gone. And he would have just splashed. That's what Daniel Levy is actually good at. He's just, you see Tottenham in the transfer talks and Daniel Levy's the chairman, you think, okay, yeah, we're signing him, because he just splashes it. I feel like Tottenham are now careful with who they sign. I mean, the only one that I rate is Gallagher. The other 2 are kind of like projects in the future, which we don't need now. We need what's the word? We need, like, I can't think of it, like informed players and players that have played in the Premier League before,
ready
experience.
To go, so out of the package, ready to go. Out of the package, stick them in a kit. They're ready to play Premier League football. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hit the ground running, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we've been on for an hour, guys. Let's start shutting down. Alf, we start you off, mate. What's your predictions for the your game against United tomorrow?
if I was being realistic, I'll say 2-1 United. But if we hold out till half time 0-0, then I'll say 1-0 Spurs. So
1-0
it's
Spurs.
a bit, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. I'll be tuning up. That's the right thing. Sunderland, Wayne. What do you reckon?
3-0 to the Arsenal.
3-0. Is that because you're going? You want to see 3 goals?
I want to see 3+, mate. All right. I don't go to the Emirates often anymore because getting tickets just it boggles the mind, Tone, with his poxy ballot. So this is my opportunity. I want the boys to turn up. 3-0 minimum.
3-0. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0. I think they're going to keep it tight. But I also think we're going to keep it tight. I just don't know how Sunderland are going to set up. I don't think their managers are sort of guy to do a low block, from what I've seen.
What I will predict to you now is that Ballard could potentially have.
Ballard always has a worldie against us, doesn't he?
He always has a worldie because he's got something to prove, hasn't he? He didn't leave. He wasn't forced out of the club. He just didn't make it, and we loaned him out. I don't know if it's like Millwall and other places, but listen, he's there.
Yeah. He went to Millwall,
fair play to him. Fair play to him, sort of thing. He's back in the Premier League now. He's kind of gone back and come back again. He's boomerang back.
They're doing well, Sunday. You can't knock it.
So
yeah.
They've
got their safety points now on the board.
He's one of those players that is going to come back and want to prove it, But let's see.
It's an awkward game, really, mate, because
he didn't play against Gyökeres when we played Sunderland.
Yes,
I'm adamant we would have won. Adamant we would have won with Gyökeres. I could buy him in all game.
Yeah, good point. I think that it's an awkward one because Sunderland aren't really gonna. Well, they're 8th. Can they get into Europe still? I think they can, can't they? So they've got a free hit really. They can go. Look, we're going to play top of the league away from home. No one's expecting us to do anything. And
sorry, Tony. Shiri's made a point. Other than the 3-1 to concede, Tony, he reckons 2-2 Man United Spurs. I might go for that.
I think
it'll be a score draw, Alf. That's what I think. If you're going to predict with Spurs United. I think you could have a few sucker punches because as much as Carrick and Man United fan thinks they're now going to win the fucking Premier League, they're going to challenge for the title. I think you boys can put one up on them. So I think I'm going to score draw. I might go for that actually, mate. Put a bet on for that one. 2-2.
Good chat. And then 3-1 Arsenal. Yeah, that's a popular. We've not had many 3-1s this year, have we?
No,
and that's one that we keep predicting on this stream. And I'm gonna go 2-0 for me. Cool. Alfie, thank you for joining us as always.
Alfie, appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it, mate. You enjoy that driving. You take it easy out there, boy. I'll catch up with you soon. But thanks for joining, mate. Tony will send you more when the Tottenham Arsenal game comes along. You join and give you a platform. Have a good old chat, mate. If you're free. Cheers for joining, Alf. All the best for tomorrow, mate. Obviously, you're playing United and they're getting a bit cocky, so you know what I mean. Good luck to you anyway. And cheers for joining. And cheers everyone else for joining in, Shuri and everyone. Thank you very much for your comments, guys. We do appreciate it.
Cool, that's it from us. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and we'll see you tomorrow for the reaction. Come on, you Gunners.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.